Welcome dear students once again to this new video on group discussion. But today actually I am going to respond to a few questions which my students have raised or asked me to particularly answer. Many of my students have asked, they are fresh graduates, also some have already gained some experience working for some company. They say what type of GD topics actually they can expect and they can prepare for. This is a question, everybody's mind it is ringing. So I thought, let me respond to this question, right? Now, pre-placement counselors. You have institutions, at every institution they have a pre-placement counseling unit. Somewhere it is addressed as training and placement cell, and somewhere they say counselors. What they suggest? They ask that prepare for trendy topics. So I'll explain here basically what this means, trendy topics, right? We'll try to decode very briefly what these trendy topics are, and then we'll go with some examples also in each of the category. So today's video will be titled like this: Stay informed, prepare a variety of trendy GD topics, as many as possible. Now, because in GD what happens? You have to be opinionated, right? You have a balanced opinion, and this balanced opinion has to be, paired with being informed. If you are well informed, obviously you will be much more or better, clear opinion you can share, right? So, and both your opinion and your information, where it comes from? Obviously from preparations, right? Now, through preparation what happens, right? When you prepare, you build your own self-confidence, you express your ideas very clearly, okay? And then you can contribute meaningfully to the group discussion, and the result will obviously be positive for you. Now, what should you prepare for? That is the all about which we are going to discuss today. Now, prepare as many topics in GD as possible. Now, this is very easy to say, but then right way to go about is you must choose topics in your educational background. If you are a MBA, management, PGDM graduates, obviously you must be having some specialization papers, core papers. Particularly the specialization papers, you must be very ready with some trendy topics. Next, also from your professional background, if you have already into job, you have gained some experience, so you can expect some topics from your professional backgrounds. We'll go to that shortly. Then also you can expect some abstract topics. Now, what are these abstract topics? I think I have discussed earlier in a different video, right? Also, you need to prepare from current affairs and also some business related topics. Now, you must remember here, I must tell you that it is never too late, neither too early to prepare for GD, okay? And how do you prepare? You have to obviously participate, you have to practice through, doing. And the best way is to have mock GD sessions, right? Practice in as many as possible mock GD sessions, right? And what mock GD sessions are? Basically, they are simulated discussion forums, right? And it will provide you how to practice better communication, teamwork, critical thinking, and it also provides feedbacks, So, participate in as many mock GD as possible. Practice makes a man perfect, the old saying goes, okay? Now, the next thing is what these trendy topics are. So, the best way to answer this is, it can be anything like widely discussed online platforms, social media, breaking news, Supreme Court verdicts. Recently there were a few regarding election commission, right? current events, political debates, technological advancements, AI. So all these can be broad heads for trendy topics. Now here I must say, you cannot easily predict what type of GD topics they are going to give you. Sometimes they give you a choice, of course, but sometimes you are given a single topic and you have to, no option, you have to participate. Therefore, the best way is prepare, prepare and prepare. This is what the common advice given by experts and to the job seekers and fresh graduates. So you have to prepare. Now, as I said, current affairs are very essential source. Whatever is happening around you, both domestic and also international, they can be possible topics in your GD. So let's see. So you have to go through your newspapers on a regular basis. Let's say for 1 or 2 days, last time, if you go through, you might have gone through, you must have seen these are the headlines in the newspapers or even in electronics media. What are they? Supreme Court's dog relocation order. China's finance minister visit India. They are going to discuss about border disputes. This could also be a source of or a topic. Supreme Court direction to ECI, Election Commission of India, to publish the list of deleted voters in a particular state, right? It could also be on this recent news, that is Higher Education Commission of India, HECI, right? Now, it is proposed that they are going to establish a Higher Education Commission of India, right? So you can go into, you can expect that you can collect, you can do some study, right? Collect informations, right? With facts and figures, be ready for. Because these were the things which were there recently in your newspapers or as news headlines. Now, but let us list out some of the more important, topics, because the question was from my students was what type of, topics they should prepare for, right? So here are some of the topics which I feel you can prepare. Let's go for first current affairs and economic trends. So, India has decided or targeted that it is going to become 5 trillion economy by the year 2027. So, is it feasible? What are the challenges? Likewise, Viksit Bharat by 2047. So, they can put you a topic like this, Viksit Bharat by 2047. Is it going to be a reality? Okay, you can take either sides, right, with your facts and figures. Likewise, India's response strategy to reciprocal tariff by US President Donald Trump. As you know, this is a very recent news, hotly debated in electronics media. Economic recession. Can India withstand economic downturn? Okay. How serious impact of inflation is going to be on the Indian economy? Is it going to, have serious implications, or we are going to bounce back? So you can take a stand on. Similarly, they can ask you a topic on unemployment. What will be the topic like? Can we create jobs enough with the current macro policies? Okay. Union Budget 2025 could be also another, GD topic. So, Union Budget 2025, key challenges and their implications. That could be one topic. Should India host 2036 Olympics? Right? So, you can say yes or no and then put your arguments accordingly. Be logical, why it should hold if you feel, or why you feel that India should not hold. GST could also be a topic, goods and services tax. They can ask you this way, GST, will economy grow faster with it or not? Make in India, will it make India a manufacturing hub or simply a slogan? Agnipath, recently the government of India has decided to recruit, people into army with a short-term assignments under the program called Agnipath. So they can ask you a topic on Agnipath, will it transform our military? Okay. Narayan Murthy's call for a 70 hours work week. Okay. He has suggested that if you want to grow faster, then we need to prepare mentally to work for longer hours than currently we are doing. It could be 70 hours, right? Atmanirbhar Bharat, okay? And the topic could be like this: Atmanirbhar Bharat, is it old wine in new bottle? Because when we began our, plan in 50s, economic plan in 50s, this is one of the, concept they were trying to promote, that we should be self-sufficient. But you know that the difference between Atmanirbhar Bharat and self-sufficiency, right? So you have to prepare, go into details of Vande Bharat Express train. Okay, the government of India has already, launched the program and they are in operation. Okay, or they can ask you about the bullet train. Is it necessary, or is it necessity of the time, or it's a luxury? Now let us see some of the international relations, topic in the international relations. Again we can come to this China, India, USA. So is China a threat to India's economic growth? You can say yes, you can say no, and either case you have to justify your stand. Turnaround in USA-China relationship and its implications on India. Recently we find there was before that, there was a strained relationship between China and USA, but suddenly they have become little bit more closer, though USA has already imposed a tax on them also, but it is not as high as that of India. Okay. So turnaround in USA-China relationship, implications for India. That could be a GD topic. Russia-Ukraine war, right? And recently, Trump has promised or pledged that he is going to solve the issue. He is going to soon strike a deal and the war will be stopped. So the topic can be Russian-Ukraine war. Can Trump strike a deal? Okay. Next is UNO losing its relevance? Addressing the issue of climate change, right? There is a global, warming. Okay, East is West, accusing West. West is accusing the East. Okay, so the topic can be addressing the issue of climate change, West versus East. Next, trade war between nations. Is it going to be the new norm? Instead of fighting with arms and ammunition, they are going to fight with international trade. US trade policy. Is Trump creating a world trade war? This could also be a topic. Next, let us see some of the social issues that can also find place in your GD. What are they? Gender equality in the workplace and beyond. The progress and challenges. You can take a stand on whether gender equality that should be there both in workplace and beyond. Some say, gender cannot be equated. There can be equity, not equality. So either case you have to, take a stand on. Social media, is it a boon or a bane? Communal harmony, how to make it work in India? Okay, with so much of diversity around, how to keep people together, right? These things you have to prepare. Me Too campaign, right? Tool to trap or breaking silence to win the war. Okay, you can take either stand. No, it is a trap to, it is a tool to trap people, right? Or you can say, no, it's a very good thing, people are coming up. They are volunteering to speak out against any, you know, anything that is happening negative to them, particularly the weaker gender. Work-life balance, is it relevant now or a myth? Okay. Water crisis from Cape Town to Bangalore. You know, Bangalore has become a city where they seriously face this, you know, scarcity of potable water. Okay. Even Chennai. So, a topic can be water crisis from Cape Town to Bangalore. After social issues, let's go to the technological advancement. Automation in the workplace, its impact on Indian economy. So, you can take a stand, yes, automation is good in workplaces, or you can say, no, it is going to kill our job, you know, likewise, right? Artificial intelligence, the very hotly debated topic, you know, it's a, now everybody is talking about AI in every sector. So, potential benefits and drawbacks of AI, that could be another topic. Cybercrime, can we eliminate fraud on online transactions? EVM versus paper ballot. Okay. Some political leaders, they say, no, we should go back to the old system of paper ballot instead of, because a lot of things are happening which we are unable to track in EVMs. They are accusing of fraud. So, you can also take a stand on this, that whether EVM is good or paper ballot, we should go back to. Capital intensive versus labor intensive technology. For India, which is the better option? As you know, India is a overpopulated country. We are the largest populated country in the entire world, surpassing China. So, should we go for capital intensive methods, or should we go for SSI, small scale industries, right, which are going to generate more jobs? That's what we call as labor intensive industries. So, these are some of the technological advancement topic for GD. Next, after that, let's go to some abstract topic. Okay, very much debatable, you know. Should first impression be the last impression? Should first impression be the last impression? Okay, perception, you know, instantly you judge people, or should you postpone your judgment, right? Test the person, right? Take your own time to. Next is aim for the moon. If you miss, you may hit the star. So, dream big. Change is the only constant. Okay, this can be another abstract topic. Okay, it's constantly everything is changing, nothing is stable, you know, nowhere. Hard work versus smart work, which one is better? Some say no, put in hard labor, work hard, but some say no need of working hard. Now options are there. If you smartly work, then the outcome will be better than putting hard labor. Success is a journey, not a destination. Okay, the pen is mightier than sword. Haste makes waste. These are some of the abstract topics that I can, you know, list out for you. You are free to add this. See, students or, you know, job seekers, professionals of future, don't limit, you know, there is no limit to. What I am suggesting is just, you know, some of the possible topics, illustrative. They are not exhaustive, mind you. You can always feel free to add to them. Some educational related topic for the GD. Let us see what they could be. National Education Policy 2020. How holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary it is, as claimed. Because, you know, NEP 2020 claims that it is a holistic, you know, policy. It will be quite flexible. You can choose any degree, diploma, subjects, right? No science, arts or commerce, you know, traditional bifurcations. So, you can prepare for this. Traditional versus online education, which is better? Should jobs be delinked from degrees? Okay, that means somebody who is competent enough, no need for the employer to insist that he or she need to possess a particular degree or certification. Should that be or should it not be? Should curricula be more focused on practical skills rather than theoretical knowledge? Should classrooms be more student-centered or teacher-centered? Okay, this also can be another topic. See, nowadays many of the organizations, they have changed their name. If they are having a training center, they rename it as learning center instead of training center. Obvious reasons, you can guess. Is hybrid model a better option? Right? That can also be another topic. As I said, these are all illustrative, mind you, right? Don't limit your preparation to all these which I have stated here, right? So, before I conclude, I would say, in a GD, it is more important to express your opinion, your perspective, your ideas logically, confidently, right? That is most important rather than stating facts, number of facts. The focus should always be on constructive dialogue and exploring different viewpoints. You are free to agree, to disagree, to add to, okay, everything you are free in a GD, and that will show your real creativity. Now, you can go on preparing for these topics which I have said and keep on adding to it if you feel like, okay, but be very particular about, if you are taking a stand, okay, then you have to gather sufficient statistics, data, evidence, views, opinions, then only your arguments will be more forceful, otherwise not, my dear students. So, I stop here today, right, and the next topic for next video will be on the last GD topic which I have thought, how do you start a GD? Okay, that will also be a very important one. Sometimes some experts say that you must start the GD by stating your position initially. Make your stand very clear. You are opposing or you are supporting. But some people, others are saying, no, that's not the idea approach. What you do is better define, better introduce the topic. Okay, later on, approach you would be deductive. Now, deductive approach is better or inductive approach is better. That we will be discussing in the next video. Till then, thank you. Happy learning. All the best.